Nonduality and Minimalism. In this video we'll define nonduality, then minimalism, and then provide a useful description of all the practical elements of minimalism. Stick around for the end where we explain how non-dualism can offer a conceptual philosophical framework for minimalism. What is non-duality? Non-dual philosophy is a spiritual and philosophical perspective that asserts the fundamental unity and indivisibility of all existence. It posits that the dualistic distinctions we commonly perceive, such as self and other, are illusory, and that beneath these apparent divisions lies a singular, interconnected reality. Non-duality emphasizes direct, unmediated experience, and often teaches that the true nature of consciousness is unbounded and timeless. Practitioners of non-duality seek to transcend the limitations of the ego and conceptual thinking, to arrive at a deeper understanding of reality, emphasizing the importance of self-inquiry, meditation, and contemplation as paths to this realization. What is minimalism? The lifestyle of minimalism is a deliberate and intentional approach to living that centers on simplifying one's life by prioritizing what truly matters and shedding the unnecessary. It encourages individuals to declutter their physical and mental spaces, focusing on essential possessions, relationships, and experiences. Minimalism promotes a mindful and purpose-driven existence, advocating for a reduction in material possessions and distractions, to create space for greater clarity, contentment, and fulfillment. This approach emphasizes quality over quantity, the pursuit of meaningful experiences over material accumulation, and a conscious alignment of one's lifestyle with personal values and priorities. How can non-duality and minimalism work together? The fusion of the philosophy of non-duality and the lifestyle of minimalism can create a harmonious and transformative approach to life. Non-duality can provide the philosophical framework for minimalism, and minimalism itself can help us set up an environment and mindset to directly achieve some of the benefits of non-duality in our daily lives. Let's consider what constitutes minimalism and then show how the principles of non-duality align with those practices. The fundamentals of minimalism. Prioritizing essentials. Minimalism encourages us to identify and prioritize the aspects of our lives that truly matter, whether it's our relationships, personal growth, or experiences. By focusing on essentials, we allocate our time, energy, and resources to what brings us the most fulfillment and satisfaction. Decluttering regularly. Regular decluttering involves systematically evaluating our possessions and removing items we no longer need, use, or love. This practice keeps your physical spaces tidy, reduces visual and mental clutter, and makes it easier to find and appreciate the items we value most. Quality over quantity. Minimalism encourages us to invest in high-quality items that serve their purpose well and are built to last. Choosing quality over quantity means we'll have fewer possessions, but they will be more reliable, last longer, and fulfill their intended function effectively. Mindful consumption. Minimalism promotes conscious and deliberate consumption. Before making a purchase, we should consider whether the item adds value to our lives and aligns with our needs and values. We must avoid impulsive buying and reduce wasteful spending on items that won't enhance our lives. Digital minimalism. Digital minimalism involves decluttering our digital lives by organizing files and documents, unsubscribing from unnecessary emails and entertainment subscription services, and limiting our time on social media and various screens. This practice helps us regain focus, reduce digital distractions, and maintain a more balanced relationship with technology. Reducing information overload. Minimalism also applies to the information we consume. We should cut down on unnecessary information overload by only focusing on content that is relevant to our business, career, hobbies, or interests. It's so easy to spend unanticipated amounts of time reading irrelevant information, or watching amusing but time-consuming videos. In relation to the news, we need to balance staying informed with reducing information overload. We can do this by setting specific times for news consumption, focusing mainly on headlines or online summaries. Vetting our sources and limiting redundant and non-essential updates. And taking care of our mental well-being by being mindful of our emotional reactions to media coverage, especially when it is so often sensationalized and designed to be confronting. Streamlining the information we absorb helps us stay informed, without feeling overwhelmed. Simplifying our appearance. Simplifying our wardrobes means curating a collection of versatile clothing items that can mix and match easily. A smaller, more functional wardrobe reduces decision fatigue, saves time, and promotes a sense of personal style without excess. We don't need cupboards full of surplus clothes, hats and shoes, and drawers full of jewelry, watches, and other adornments. One in, one out rule. To maintain a balanced and clutter-free space, implement the one in, one out rule. When we bring a new item into our space, we should consider letting go of a similar item. This rule helps us avoid accumulation and ensures that each new possession is intentional and not superfluous. Minimalist design. We can incorporate minimalist design into our homes by decluttering, using clean lines, a neutral color palette, multifunctional furniture, hidden storage, and focusing on quality over quantity to create a serene and functional living space. Minimalist design creates a sense of calm and tranquility, reducing visual clutter and promoting a feeling of spaciousness. Environmental minimalism. It is absolutely imperative that we consider and prioritize the environmental impact of our choices. We need to do what we can do to reduce our ecological footprint, that is, our personal impact on the environment. We can do that in simple ways in our homes by minimizing waste, recycling, composting, reducing water usage, and conserving energy. When it comes to local travel, we can consider walking, bike riding, carpooling, or taking public transport, instead of driving everywhere. Environmental minimalism aligns our lifestyle with sustainability and a commitment to preserving the planet's limited resources. Embracing experiences. Minimalism encourages us to invest in experiences, such as travel, meaningful adventures, and quality time with loved ones. Focusing on experiences over material possessions fosters personal growth, lasting memories, and a sense of fulfillment beyond just possessing things. Practicing gratitude. Minimalism encourages cultivating gratitude for what we have, rather than constantly seeking more. Regularly reflecting on and appreciating the abundance already in our lives can lead to a greater sense of contentment. The philosophical framework. Minimalism's principles find a coherent philosophical framework in non-dualism. Through the application of mindfulness, simplicity, serenity, openness, and clarity. Like non-duality, minimalism sets a precedence on experiences over possessions. Being able to enjoy each present moment is far more valuable than spending all our time storing wealth and belongings for an uncertain, unknown, unpredictable and imagined future. Non-dualism supports minimalism by encouraging us to prioritize essentials. Declutter both physically and mentally. Value quality over quantity. And practice mindful consumption. All while fostering gratitude and respect for our environment. If we can practice minimalism and adopt non-duality as its philosophical framework, we can enhance our minimalist journey towards simplicity, purpose, freedom, and fulfillment. Thanks for watching.